Oh, stop messing me about. Here we go. And welcome back. Welcome to the Back to the Tristan channel. I hope you had a great weekend. To me, this still feels like Sunday, even though technically, as I film this, it's gone past midnight, so technically it's Monday morning. But anyway, I hope you had a great weekend. As said in one of my previous videos, I wanted to react to Hasan Bar Bar. Hasan Bar Bar, sorry. Incidentally, because a lot of his stuff's written in Arabic, could someone do some research into his channel to see if he's like Tim Morozov? If you know Arabic or know of him, if you live where he is, could you let me know in the comments below if he's like a Tim Morozov? Because it's only because I look at some of these thumbnails, and don't get me wrong, they're really good, and he does seem genuine. I'm not saying he's faking them, but the pictures from the thumbnails, this one, I think it's going to be a good one, but in the thumbnail it looked like someone was wearing a mask, so I don't know. But I want to do a reaction because this stuff's really good, and can give it, as Casper would say, freaky deaky. So also, I'm not sure if Casper Site actually watches my videos, but I would like to say congratulations, mate, on getting your award at G-Con. Sorry, I would have been able to. I would love to have gone, but because of work and also it's in Manchester, it's just it's just a collective bundle that wouldn't have made it possible. It would have been more possible. I mean, because I know, to be fair, I mean, personally, it's probably easy for me to get to your place. Say, for example, we went on ghost investigation. It would have been more doable to do that. I mean, so yeah, I would have loved to go and see Casper Site, but yeah, it's up in Manchester. It's like fucking hell. And even a lot of people who actually did manage to go went by plane, so that illustrates. It's like I would have to go by plane. Considering where he lives, it's like it's easy for me to get to him. You know, if I needed it's about 3 hour bus, 3 hour traffic, 3 hour drive from where I live. So, but you know, anyway. But yeah, so see, I was just say, you know, throw out there in case he does watch my videos. And that's congratulations, mate. So yeah, so with this, this is the Jinn. Was it Jinn King of Ghouls appears in front of me? But the reason why I asked about if you know a bit more about his background, if he is like the Middle Eastern or equivalent of Tim Morozov, you know, can you let me know? It's just because in the thumbnail it looked like someone was wearing a mask. But anyway, unfortunately, there's no subtitles. I can't get any subtitles for this video, so. But anyway, we can usually tell when shit's gonna hit the fan because he will be shitting a brick. And yeah, let's see. So, but as always, go out. You know, if he's not faking his stuff, then they're really spooky, you know, really scary. Well, not, you know, I don't think they're scary. I mean, I'd be like, as Casper Site would say, I'd ramble it. I would actually get, you know, I'd actually talk to, well, I still can speak English. I should be able to speak English. But anyway, nothing. You know what I mean? But you can tell when shit's going to hit the fan because you'd bricking it going, Bismillah. You know, I mean it respectfully. You know, like it's like, actually, the reason why I keep saying that in my reactions now, to any video that's got Arabic in it, is because I find it ironic that for years in Bohemian Rhapsody, people were singing Miss Miller, as in as a woman, Miss Miller, let him go. Well, he never said that. It was Bismillah. Bismillah. No, we will not let him go. Let him go. Bismillah. Not Miss Miller, but everyone in pubs for years, even myself, said Miss Miller. It's not Miss Miller, it's Bismillah. Because he was Muslim. So, without further ado, let's do this.
تحياتي لكم جميعا اخواني كل حب الاحترام. طبعا اخواني ان شاء الله رب العالمين اليوم راح تكون مغامرتنا واستكشاف في موقع جدا خرافي وفي عالم اخوان حقهم انهم يشوفوا شيء في المكان. جدا خرافي. وفي عالم اخوان حكوا انهم بيشوفوا اشي في المكان هذا، سواء في الوقت هذا يا اخوان ما بعد العصر قبل الغروب. يعني في ناس تيجي من اخوان واكدوا لي، قلت لهم طب وين الموقع؟
See, I catch a few words. I catch a few words which seems to be, it's like Dijin. I'm not sure that's how to pronounce it correctly, but you can hear. I mean, he's saying about something saying Dijin. So I'm presuming he's saying about the local area and stuff like that.
ليتني جاري، فأتمنى نرجع معي يا اخوان. اول ما ينزل مقطع لايك وطريقه لقدم محبه وتبعت المغامره هاي الجميله اللي عندك، ونحكي بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. حصنت نفسي بلا اله الا الله، بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء في الارض ولا في السماء، وهو السميع العليم. طبعا مغامرتنا راح تكون نهاريه، راح نصير
I had to download the translation app for the writing.
يعني نصير نعمل هيك وهيك
No,
ان
I
شاء
don't know what it's
الله. بشوف عزكم، وان شاء الله الايام الجايه راح يكون في شيء تطوير بالقناه يا اخوان بشكل خرافي. ولا تنسى الاشتراك في القناه وتفعيل زر الجرس، وان شاء الله تكون مغامره ممتعه، ونشوف اليوم شو بتصير معنا. انا شو بتقولوا لي اكره؟
But you're probably thinking, why don't I just skip it? But then again, because the atmosphere's got to build up, you know what I mean? But also not that, if you speak Arabic, you'll be able to understand them anyway. So, you know what I mean? See, where is it? See, that's grey, no subtitles available. What a shite. It's weird because sometimes some videos got it's weird because you'd think YouTube would do it, because a lot of us who have videos have got subtitles. But anyway, wait, when you see them in they might put them on afterwards, isn't it? In editing, no mind. So
بقول لك الحياة شايفين هذا هيك اخوان، هيك مدل هناك، هي
thanks to drag.
طلعوا يعني في حي هنا، الله اعلم ايش الحي. هي نازله هيك رايحه، هي مكمله لهناك، نحن بعيده. فخلينا اليوم نشوف شو بده يصير معنا يا اخوان.
I mean, some Arabic, I know, like Alikum Salam.
هاي الموقع يا اخوان، شايفين
I know the humbling. I know a few humbling phrases, and that's it. But don't ask me what they are now. But my brain's shot to pieces. I can't really. Take my dressing gown off. Get a bit hot. So, despite the raining and the crap weather, it is quite humid, muggy. So.
جاي المكان بوسط شجر حرشة، يعني زي كأنه بوسط غابة يا اخوان. فأنا بدي أشوف بعدين غير هون بحيش الذهب اخوان. طلع شابدين. السلام عليكم، في حد هون؟
Peace be upon you.
طبعا يا اخوان أتمنى من الجميع.
If I guess these right, if I guess some of these sentences right, don't then put in the comments like, come on man, you're pulling a leg, you're just, you know, no, I seriously don't speak Arabic, I'm just guessing, you know what I mean? Sadik, yeah. That's the thing is, I'm not sure if I've pronounced that one right best. Sadik, yeah, I mean, peace be upon you, that one.
أنا ما لاحظت إشي، لأنه مستحيل إنه ما لاحظت إشي، شنو الدنيا نهار. وغير هيك أخوان لا تنسوا اللايك والتعليق، في التعليق تحت أخوان. طب أنا بحبكم، كل واحد يكتب لي بحبك أنا. نشوف I love you بالإنجليزي.
It's also, I mean, don't hate me for this, but I think it's a beautiful language in a way, because oh, what's that song? There's a bit in this song, this pop song, that sounds fucking great. Excuse me, language. Sounds fucking great in it. 7 seconds away. And there's a bit it's like that's not that's how it sounds. Yeah, the tune sounds brilliant. There's that there's that like sort of Arabic singing in it. Fucking and it sounds so pure at all. But obviously, you know, if you've been to the Middle East and you hear them in the morning and you're trying to have a lay, and it's like, for fuck's sake. Hey, all I can say, if you're a working man, you don't need an alarm clock, and I don't mean that disrespectfully. You have to look at the positive side of these things, but yeah, there's lots of, you know, that chill. You got that pop song that has it, but you know that really what the fucking hell they called it? Music that you. Fucking hell. to be fair, I mean, it's basically ever since my dad passed away and things like that. Sort of like in 2022, yeah, sorry. It sort of fucked my brain a bit as well for a bit. So some of my data's, it doesn't mean I'm never wrong about something. It's just it is there in there somewhere. It's just that it's like if I'm having a discussion or a debate with people, it's kind of like it never arrives there. It plagues me when I'm all by myself. My brain's like, aha, now But I forgot the point I was on about. See, look, my brain, plus 20, plus in the job I got, 21 plus years of dealing with humans. If you know, you know what I mean. I'm not saying that includes you guys. I know because you guys are awesome. But what I mean. But yeah, so it's that music. Sometimes you'll get like Native American whale song, panpipes, that sort of like chilled, relaxing music that people use for like you don't have to use it for meditation. You use it to relax because it sounds pure. You can get those of like the Arabic singing it, and I like those. I mean,
I love you. I love you. خلينا نشوف شو بتصير معنا. شو هاد؟ أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. هاي المكان أخوان.
It's a shame he does it portrait instead of like landscape. Could be happy doing because sometimes it's live. Have you brought the newspaper?
ترى في حد شوفوا يا اخوان والله العظيم في اشي.
Zoom back in, mate.
السلام عليكم. معقول هذا من الغيلان يا اخوان؟
Peace be upon you. The thing is, I did a video on jinn, and people always assume jinn are evil. If you notice, he's not slagging him off, because if they're demons, like the sense, it's like it's different. Because in China and Asia, they would normally swear at them like. How Chiba, which means go fuck, yeah. I don't speak Chinese, I just pick stuff up. But he's been respectful to them, and that's because, which is kind of like it's kind of like the old-fashioned, it's like a Salem witch hunter being respectful to Satan. That's what it would feel like to. The Western world. But the thing about jinn, and the reason why he's been respectful, is because jinn, and they understand. And the thing about religion, because like I said, I'm not. I still think it's baloney, but I will respect your beliefs. And people seem to not realise, and it's quite a shame. Actually, now I better be careful what I say because I don't piss off the wrong people. But it wasn't always like it is now. Because people, we kind of look at, say, Islam as this primitive thing. Well, not being funny, there are a lot of Christians today who act like the extremities of Islam. They're just as bad as each other. But people don't realise is they actually had things like science, maths. I think it's the golden age of Islam or something. They had astrology. They were way ahead. In Britain and places like that, we had the Dark Ages. Whilst we're fighting and raping and pillaging, they were doing maths, astronomy, astrophysics. You know what I mean? So they're not. You know what I mean? During them, when they wrote mythology, during the days of mythology, they went. You know what I mean? So it's like. But the thing is, they understood, just like I explained in my video, is the jinn are just like people. It's like this, and what people say about shadow people is, and the other, actually, there's an interesting that was I was rewatching a video that Casper did an interview with Kirsten from Bob and Joe, and she made a point of, yeah, but, and the thing is, this is why I kind of like the dark matter and dark energy theory. That's interesting, because some scientists believe that dark energy and dark matter might be a fingerprint or an echo or an effect caused by a parallel universe that's lapped with ours, if that makes sense. But there's this article, I did it, actually I think I covered it in one of my videos ages ago. I mean, quite a while, going way back. Russian scientists, and because you can create something from nothing, something. It's quite complicated, but it's like, yeah, but dark matter and dark energy may not be visible, and it may be hard to detect and all sorts of shit. But everything has a frequency, so if you actually get something in the right frequency, you can take something that's invisible and make it visible to the naked eye. And yeah, so there's this interesting. So there's an interesting about the shadow people being of the dark matter universe. But the other thing that Kirsten pointed out is one of the things. Sorry, the one thing she pointed out was, yeah, but if you shadow is like absence of light, in a sense of, like, if you're in a dark room with a friend and you barely make them out, you would just see their shadow, so they look like a shadow person, right? So when a ghost is trying to change to our visible vibration, manifest in our frequency, as it were, or the visible frequency, do that the whole way, you get absence of colour, don't you? Hence, then you have the shadow passage. So either one of those ideas, I think, works. I do like the dark matter one. And the thing is, a lot of people mocked me for suggesting it, but despite the fact that quantum mechanics says otherwise, don't go dark on me. But it's like, because psychology says, shadow people, corner eye, is just something could be anything, and your brain's just trying to make sense of it. That psychology idea doesn't explain a full-bodied person who's just as solid as you and me. And the thing as well, it isn't just a shadow. You know that dark material that literally looks like it's a black hole? It's really messed up. Oh, it's amazing though. If you put a hot circle of it on the wall, it looks like there's a black hole in the wall, and it's like you think, if you go and touch it, your hand will go through a hole. You know what I mean? You might know what I'm on about. That really black material. And believe it or not, it's not cheap. You can get fabric, but it's not cheap. So it's kind of like, but that's what these shadow people look like. So it's either done digitally, or if it's a person in a suit. I mean, a lot of them you can tell if it's a suit. It's someone stood in a hoodie like that. But the ones that give you the chicken, and we've seen some of them things that I react to. And I'm sorry to waffle on, but I just want to add some interesting ideas that are relevant to this thing. But the ones that give you the chicken, I mean, they look like they're made out of material. It's like an absence of light. It's, so it's like, unless of course you've got your hands on that material, you know what I mean? Like I said, it could be, So, but the thing is with jinn, jinn are like people. Like I explained in my video I did on jinn. This is why I wouldn't be afraid of a jinn. The other thing is, a jinn is just popping their head around going, oh, what's that? Or they might just ramble at you. In some of those videos he talks to them, but I can't understand what he's saying to him. And he's actually having a conversation with a jinn. Just play devil's advocate, right? And just say it's legit from Aaron, yeah? The legitimacy is not what I'm trying to get at the point. The point of this, what I'm talking about. But basically, the whole philosophy is they are just like people. You get good people, and the things in Kirsten said, it goes, yeah, but in these different astral planes and things like that, you got good people and you get bad people. Yeah, if I'm horrible to you, I may be horrible to you, because it's like tarnishing people with the same brush. You can't tarnish all humans with the same brush. Yeah, I'm nice to you, but you'll go somewhere else and someone's nasty to you. It's the same sort of thing. So yeah, jinn are basically like people. You get some decent ones, you get some. So if I saw one, I'd probably shit myself. But if I overcame my fear and they could speak English, which I'm pretty sure they could. I mean, they are, like, you know, if they exist, then if they are what I sort of think they are, then yeah. But I mean, I'd actually ask it questions. Why wouldn't you? It's like if you met an alien, you'd shit yourself first, but then you go, "Oh, tell me about your planet." You know what I mean? But yeah, so, but it's nice because of this understanding, which they had back then as well. It's kind of like it illustrates a difference, because despite what we think of other people's beliefs and stuff, they have that level of sophistication in terms of, you know what I mean? I'm not sure how to explain this right. It's like in America, they're like, "Oh my God, there's a demon. There's something demonic in here," and they shit themselves and they start throwing Bible verses around. He's like, "I understand they're not jinns are bad, so I'm just gonna go, peace be, hey mate, I come in peace," because he's saying peace be upon you. So, you know what I mean? He's being respectful. He's not like, "Oh my God, go back to hell, you piece of shit," which is what someone would say to a demon in America. You know what I mean? I just find it fascinating. You know, I find it interesting, the cultural differences, but I don't know, it illustrates something in behaviour, doesn't it? Like Zach Bagans and all these things. Like, this is the other thing I find as well, because it's politics as well, right? If you look at the Western world in terms of Christianity and all this sort of stuff, if jinn are the same as demons or whatever, they are just like you and me. Someone who isn't religious doesn't like it when a religious person bangs on their front door and says, "Have you heard about the word of God?" You know, and comes and rams their shit down your throat, right? So of course a house is going to react with negative. If you've got some negative energy that takes us to that, of course it is. It's like, don't bring your politics here. Do you know what I mean? The demon, you know, the jinn are like, "Hey, don't bring that shit here." You know what I mean? I find it interesting, because the other thing I find interesting as well is with exorcism and stuff like that. If what people don't realise, right, and this is, even though it did actually come from the story Paradise Lost, right, and I'm sorry to waffle on, but I want to, if I have some good thoughts, I want to quickly throw them your way, sort of thing. But this is what makes you laugh about exorcism, right? People don't seem to fundamentally realise that, let's just say, at the core of Abrahamic religion, if Samael did indeed say to his dad, "Fuck off," which he didn't, because oddly enough he is the Lord of Earth, according to Corinthians. Why would you give the bad guy control of Earth? And yet the Roman Catholic Church says he's in charge of hell. We can't be down there and up here. You know, you have supervisors for that. You know, you know what I mean? But it's oh, where was I going with this shit? Oh, that's it. If he had the power to do that, and don't forget he was one of the most perfect of angels. If he had the power to go, "Fuck you," without the thing is, right, anyone else does that, and people, and some of the angels who were jealous, you know, or whatever, according to mythology, they didn't like the fact that we seemed to be the favourite. Not very funny. If I said it, you said it, and everyone else said it, or anyone else said it in the pantheon of spirits, beings, etc., he would vaporise you. I mean, he's wiped out cities before, in the Old Testament, for Christ's sake. So it takes a big pair of massive balls, metaphorically speaking, to say "fuck you." It's odd that exorcisms work. I always find that exorcism seems to push people closer to God, which kind of defeats the object. If I was evil, like the Bible says I was, if I was Satan and the Bible said I was evil, why would I why would I push you closer to God? Doesn't make sense, because I want you on my team. And two, why would I make you suffer? Here's a twist for you, Hollywood. Do a film about demonic possession, and the twist of the film is it's actually an angel sent by God to do it. Oh, hang on, that sounds familiar. Job. Anyway, but yeah, I always find that interesting. But with any of these things, it's like, if you look at the old mythologies, it's kind of like, yeah. But I always find that makes me laugh. It's like, but yeah, so getting back to jinns or demons or whatever, it's not because they're evil. It's because you're trying to ram your shit down their throat. It's like, dude, I occupy the same space as you, man. I'm not giving you any shit. I'm not troubling you. You may catch a sight of me. I'm sorry. I can't help the way I look. You know what I mean? I can't help it if I'm made of black matter or dark energy, for fuck's sake. You know what I mean? If they're not harming you, you know what I mean? And the other thing is, when you get cases where people being scratched, okay, there's the idea that there are some beings that probably be maybe indifferent to, just like the Lovecraftian idea, where they're just creatures that live in the shadow realm that are just indifferent. They just defend themselves, and things like that. There's all kinds of factors, but yeah, it's like, but I don't know. I find it fascinating, the difference of attitude. It's like America. It's like, I'm just going to assume you're evil and just throw my Bible at you. In China, I'm going to swear at you. And you kind of think there, wouldn't that just piss them off? And yeah, which is why I'm the good guys will win, obviously, because it's typical Hollywood. But that's why I love in the trailer of the new Exorcist film where they go, "Oh, the devil tricked you." It's because I love the Omens. The other Omens I fucking hated because they ruined it. But I love the Omen because evil got a chance to win. I'm not picking a side. I don't hate me or anything, but it's so cliche that the good guys win. It's so cliche. Fallen, no spoilers intended, but go watch Fallen. That's a bloody good film, and it's not cliche, right? But yeah, it's fascinating, isn't it? The difference of attitude, towards these things. But yeah, it's because they knew the golden age of Islam, astrophysics, all this scientific stuff, and then the culture and mythology has so much in it. You know what I mean? Whilst we are in mud huts fighting over sheep and land, it's like Jesus. But you know what I mean? It's like, you know what I mean? But in there, if you look into their culture, they understood that these were just like, yeah. You know what I mean? Oh,
Salam alaikum.
See, look, he's not saying, "Oh my God," he's going, "Peace be on you, don't mind me. Be respectful, don't mind me trespassing on your thing." He's like, "What the fuck you want? Watching TV."
مرحبا. خليني أقرب أشوف.
See, the other thing is, look, let's just imagine if this is real, right? And also in a lot of his videos, he does pray his arse off, and it doesn't stop him. They still pop up left, right, willy-nilly, centre, over his shoulder, you name it. You know what I mean? It doesn't protect them. It just, in fact, it activates the horror. Again, so it's interesting because he's being respectful. But there are times where he'll make it worse by praying. It's like, I mean, he can't help it. He's shitting himself. But you know what I mean, though? It's interesting, isn't it? It doesn't get rid of the horror. It's like when people go, it's like you hear stories where like, oh, they prayed or they had the house cleansed and things just made it worse. Yeah, because you're trying to evict someone from a house. Don't forget, if you think of it, it's like Stranger Things. Same location, different plane. You're trying to kick them out of their house. You have to think four-dimensionally, yeah? It's not just your house, it's, you know what I mean? Think like that. You know what I mean? You're trying to kick them out of their fucking house, man. Oh, it's Obi-Wan Kenobi.
مرحبا. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
See if this is fake. That's quite clever in the sense that the actual cloak he's wearing is all that like a material. No, it's not saying it's impossible to get out of it. I know. It's just ignoring back in. Look at you.
شو هذا؟ أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
See in the thumbnail, that looks like a mask to me.
أنا اسمي حسن. أنت شو اسمك؟
And it probably is. Don't get it wrong. I'm trying to be respectful and open-minded here. You know what I mean? Like I said, don't poke the universe. I used to watch. I don't really believe in law of attraction, and maybe I should and use it to my thing, because a lot of successful people have claimed that it does work, but you got to think the right way to do it. I kind of brought my. Well, it's not impossible, but I don't know. To me, at the time, it felt like really that happened, because the odds of it happening are quite not as high as crime isn't. We do have crime, but it's not as bad as in other places, if that makes sense. So it's like, and I live in quite in a very, and the area I live in typically, although recent years it's gone really bad. It's like fucking hell. I think that because everyone's moved down here thinking it's a quiet place, it goes, oh, let's go down here. Problem is, the people who come down here, whether they're stable or not, is another question. I'm not saying, what do I mean? But I was like, I used to watch these crime documentaries saying, oh, that you know, I don't know, in a weird way, I was like, oh, nothing happens down in here, you'll be all right. You know, nothing happens in Christchurch. It's a boring place. Boring place. And yeah, wasn't I proved wrong? I was attacked by 2 people and literally had the shit kicked out of me. So yeah, I poked don't poke the universe. So I try to be respectful, because otherwise the universe would be like, oh, you want proof, mate? You want proof?
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ايه شو ايش اسمك؟ غليوم؟ شلهوز؟ اسمك شلهوز؟ لا اله الا الله. طب انت شو بتعمل هون؟ انت
The thing is, I would say about these sort of places, though, no, I'm not. I don't mean this in a horrible way, but this is the Middle East. You know how bad they can get. So it's kind of like, if I don't know, I'm not. If it's fake, if it's like a Tim Morris offer, then it's brilliant. But imagine that thing is, though, would you risk your neck faking that shit? Because if you get a bunch of superstitious people come around, they saw that, they'll probably burn the fucking house down. You know what I mean? Or try and kill you. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like,
شو حكت لي اسمك انت؟ شلهوز؟ طلع يا اخوان. وقديش عمرك انت؟
see a thumbnail. See, it looks like a mask on a thumbnail. Look like a mask, because the eyes, you can see a bit of pink around. That's what she said. You know what I mean?
700 عام؟
Kind of looks like a gorilla face. Don't hate me.
قرب عليه شوي بس لهون. ممكن اقرب لهون؟
It's very hard because it goes potato.
مش راح اطلع بس بدي اقرب لهون بس.
The universe is listening.
بدي اقرب لهون بس لهون بس.
Don't get me wrong, I'm not a paranoid person, believe me.
ما راح اقرب اكثر.
Oh, look at that. Actually, I don't know. I think that's just a bit. What the fuck? See here, I don't mean to scare people, but let's just say that's real. Right? You know, they're saying about Bigfoot. And he doesn't really look like an 8-foot, it looks like a shrouded black figure. Wonders if that's a jinn, not Bigfoot. Ooh, a lot of Americans going, oh my fucking God, quick, get the shotgun in the Bible. You know what I mean? No offense, you know what I mean? There's that group that's going to be in the forest, like fucking hell, Martha. You know, we saw that Bigfoot last night. Well, there's a guy on YouTube who says it might be a fucking jinn. Ooh. Why does he... I'm sorry, I went all Northerner, English Northerner then. So that's not really American. But you know what I mean? But, yeah, I don't know. Fucking hell. But he looks like a gorilla mask, though, doesn't it? No offense, don't at me. You know what I mean, now? See, the thing is, it's not getting... I'm trying to look into the eyes, because usually... I mean, even... There's something interesting about the alien interview thing. It looked like a puppet. But the digital analyst said the something about that footage he found interesting and fascinating was the eyes. The eyes came up as real. So there was something on that footage with fucking great big eyes. But it looks like... It does look like a gorilla mask now with some, like... But then again, what? Oh, mind you, actually, I'm playing fair, right? because it's no fun if we're just 100% blasé skeptic. And I mean, but do you remember that Lara Croft film with Angelina Jolie where the shadow creatures were like giant apes? It's like, what was if they're like, it's like Planet of the Apes, like intelligent apes, but they live in the shadow realm. You know, that'd be, because that would be something to do with entities that exist out of frequency and all that sort of shit, wouldn't it? I don't know, man. That does, no offence, just from here it looks like a gorilla mask. Because the nose. But on the thumbnail, look, you see with it. So imagine that's the bottom bit of the mask. The eye, you could see a bit of pink, so it looked like to me on the thumbnail that was a person wearing a mask. But I don't know. Oh, he's zooming in.
Allahu Akbar.
Let's see, he's bricking it down. Because the thing is, in his videos, his reactions are honest. That's what gets me. He's saying, must be a bloody good actor. He's like, what the fuck you want? I'm trying to watch Emmerdale. See, I'll stay probably at respect. If I was in that position, and this is legit, what the fuck?
انت متجوز يا ملهوز يا
I'd
شلهوز.
bang then. I'd stay at a respectful distance.
انت متجوز.
But it's got, what the fuck? Nah, that's got to be a
انت
mask. You
بني
can tell
ادم
by the texture.
طبيعي ساحر. انت جن. زي ما يعني انت ايش؟ شو انت؟
He's like, it looks like he's going. So yeah, what sort of jinn are you? From that, are you that part of the you part of that district?
ايش؟ أنا من العالم الذي أعرفه. أي عالم لا.
Because it does sound like. Thing is, because if you ever watch Tim Morozov stuff, his stuff looks really amazing. And like I said, they later people who then translated the Russian was like, it's for entertainment purposes only. So don't hate me if you're sat there going, this is bullshit, mate. He's just making like a entertainment thing. Because I don't speak Arabic, I can't read it. That's why if you do know enough about Hasan Bar Bar, and it is like if he's like the Middle Eastern Tim Morozov, then let me know in the comments below. But the texture, the thing is as well, this is a bit of a bastard as well, isn't it? Because I could also, if I was to look at this both ways, is it looks like a mask. It definitely blatantly looks like a mask. But then I could, if he was like, no mate, I didn't fucking fake this, man. Then I'd go, okay, so, but mind you, oh man, see, I want to be really respectful and look at it both ways, because yeah, it looks like a mask, but then it's just occurred to me, bastard. See, here comes my brain. My brain's just kicked in and goes, yeah, but if you look at the texture of a gorilla's skin, it looks like leather. It looks like a leather couch. You know, it's fake leather couches. Is it PVC? You know what I mean? So,
يعني العالم البشري.
Because it's got something great.
أنت من العالم البشري.
It doesn't look like a gorilla mask, I mean, talking like sounds like someone underneath a mask. Like if I was talking like this,
ممكن أجي أقرب لعندك. إيه؟ أريد أن أقترب لعندك.
Offer him a cup of tea.
أنت يعني أنت هسه سؤال. الهوز. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Does look like a gorilla mask, though, doesn't it?
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. طلعوا يا اخوان. ليش لا اسمع، انا قلت لك انا مش مؤذي. طلع عينه. شكلك انت بشر وبتتعامل مع الجن. الله العليم.
Yeah, I don't know.
او انت ساحر.
See, if you're screaming at me again, it's fucking fake as a mask. I'm trying to be fucking respectful. You know what I mean? To the content. You know what I mean? Because yeah, no. If this is legit, it's really cool. If it's entertainment purpose, fine. But my gut instinct and my logical part of my brain, and because of the, if you look at the actual text, I mean, just by on your screen, I know it gets a bit pixelated, all that, as he gets in close, because he's probably doing it on his phone. My gut instinct is, it's a mask. I'd need to see more mouth movement. I need to see more of the body, you know what I mean? But that, to me, the texture just screams mask.
ممكن.
Oh.
اخوان ايش هذا؟ شايفينه انتم منيح؟ يعني اسمع، انا ما بدي اجيب لك اكل توكل؟ أتريد طعام؟ أتريد طعام؟ أنت أتريد طعام؟ يعني أجيب لك طعام؟ إيه؟ أطلع من هون؟
Seems reluctant to speak.
ليش أطلع؟ أخوان وجهه.
Problem is, there's too many cuts.
خليني أقرب لهون، بديش أطلع لعندك، بس أقرب لهون.
And like I said in a lot of these videos, be careful when you're doing cuts, because the first thing people are thinking, they made a cut, someone's moved, or done this, or done that. I mean, or the guy in the mask took a breather. I mean,
إيش؟ عظمة؟
yeah, it sounds like a guy in a mask.
من وين تجيب لك عظمة؟
Thing is, though, if he doesn't know
استنى هسه
this
بدور لك
game,
عظمة وبجيب لك، أخوان أنا خايف من وجهه.
it could be some weirdo
أنا هسه
who
بجيب لك
thinks it's
عظمة.
jinn. You know what I mean?
هسه بجيب لك عظمة وبعطيك إياها، أبشر ولا يهمك. أروح أجيب لك واجي، بس تيجي تاكلها هون قدامي. هون. أو برجع لك مرة ثانية وبوعدك غير أجيب لك أكل معي. بس بشرط بتاكله قدامي هون. راح أجيب لك أذكى أكل من أصناف
I haven't
العالم.
got any fucking subtitles.
شو رأيك؟ عظمة من وين تجيب لك عظم؟ بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إخوان. بسم الله. طلع. أقربك شوي عليه لهون.
Mine's got a bit of white now coming out of
ليش
his nose.
خايف؟ ليش خايف؟ ليش تبعد؟ ليش تبعد؟ ليش تبعد مني؟ ليش تبعد عني؟ ليش تبعد مني؟ ليش بتروح؟
It's definitely a guy in a mask.
أنت عجقتني. لا تخاف. يا زرعون، شو اسمك؟ إيش؟ شو اسمه قالنا يا إخوان؟ نسيت اسمه.
See, if it is a guy in a mask, that's going to irritate me. Purely because, well, it's a bit useless. It's got no subtitles, but you know, what I mean? It's like, come on, Hasan, get YouTube sorted out for Christ's sake. You do have, thanks to other reaction channels, you do have subscribers who are in, you know, best part of the Western world. I mean, especially if I've seen the freaky shit. You know, because there's some of the stuff's really good, but this, I don't know, this make me think it's fake because it just looks like a mask to me.
بسم الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
You know what I mean? The texture.
إلي خاطر أقرب عليه. إلي خاطر
Yeah,
أنا
I can
أقرب
grow the
عليه.
skin. But you know, I don't
بس
know.
عن
You
جد
know what I mean?
منظره كثير مرعب. بس أنا خايف يغدرني.
I'm skeptical. I'd go if it's a guy in a mask, but I'm just trying to be open-minded and looking at the possibilities. Because if the skin is like that of an ape, it's a bit leathery. Oh,
تعال تعال ليش رحت ليش؟
I need to watch the
ليش رحت؟
program. Go on, Rambo it.
بسم الله الرحمن.
Yeah, turn the camera. Turn the camera.
وين راح؟
Turn the camera.
معقول طلع من هون؟
Yeah, turn. See, but there's a room there. He could have fucked off out there. You know what I mean? So as he goes in, he could have come out. Oh, you need to fucking run in there.
الرحمن الرحيم. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق.
I mean, some of those live feeds are more convincing because you can't cut it when it's
وين
live.
راح؟ وينك؟
But then again, that person, oh god. Then again, to be fair, and this is why it's clever. I'm not saying it's impossible because with the right software, you probably could hide the cut. But you don't hear that person because he went around slowly. You don't hear any stone or shuffling like. I don't know. Oh God. See, because the problem is we live in an age. This is why it pisses me off. Right, I'm sorry to go a bit off on it, but this is why it pisses me off. Why so many people fake shit on the internet. Because there are people out there who seriously want to find answers to this shit. So my brain is in conflict. Because a lot of this stuff is quite convincing and hard to fake because they're live. This one, it's like, yeah, but I couldn't hear anyone move around the corner, which is interesting as well. So, fucking hell, I don't want to risk going over there. No offence to the people, I'm sure you've got a beautiful country now. Let's just say, in that respect, in certain areas of the world, I'm more scared of people than I am supernatural. But I would have fucking pegged it. I would have fucking ran at it and gone, you only live once. You know what I mean? Maybe I'll do that one day, when I've got no ties, if there's no ties for me here or something, Plus, it'll be, you know what I mean? Because if they know about an afterlife, or if they're not supernatural, but they are terrestrial, you know what I mean? There's all kinds of things. It's like, fuck it, you go, you know what I mean? If you've got anything to lose, you go, fuck it, I'm going to find out the answer. You know what I mean? But there's no cut in the film. You can't hear anyone scuffle past, say, oh my God. So it's really good if it's fake. It's really well done if it's fake. See, there's a cut. But when he moved round, look, it's like. There's graffiti in there. That's what gets me. It's like, would you hang around scratching the walls if there was a jinn thing there? You'd shit yourself, wouldn't you? You're like. Oh.
وينك؟ أنت هون؟ في صوت.
If he's right at the other end of the woods there, but they're going to know there's a cut there, so.
جد المنطقة.
There's no cut, and he suddenly appeared at the end of the fucking woods. That was fucking breath. It was like, he begged it.
كيف؟ بسم الله. شو هذا؟ هذا إيش؟
What the fuck? He's to the Kenobi. Strike me down, I become more powerful than you can possibly imagine.
بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء. أنا يا إخوان حاولت أتفاهم معه. قلنا عمره أنا بتذكر قديش قلنا عمره 600 ولا 700. الله أكبر. وقال لي أنا من العالم اللي أنت بتعرفه. جد إخوان.
They're not the same colour as the robes that creatures wear.
يعني أنا بحاول. بسم الله الرحمن. وين رحت يا صرصور؟ يا شو اسمه؟ شو اسمك؟ وينك؟ أنا مش مؤذي لك والله العظيم. أنا ما راح أذيك، ارجع اظهر. أنت ليش خفت ورحت؟ أنت ليش خفت ورحت؟ أنا غير مؤذي لك. بسم الله الرحمن.
Got a poke head round there, scared shit out.
أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر
He's actually good as well if this is.
شنهوز. وينه هذا؟ طب وينك؟ يي.
Go on, peek it around the court door. Go.
وين راح؟ شفتوا وجهه انتوا يا اخوان؟ الله يا اخوان الوضع مش طبيعي. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. شنهوز. بسم الله. اسمه شنهوز. تخيلوا واحد اخوان.
I thought it was a grave. It ain't a grave. It's a fucking hole with a cave.
تخيلوا اخوان واحد جاي او ولد صغير مارق ووقع هون.
Go on, peek it out.
شايفين؟ طلعوا مغمقها يا اخوان. ايش راح يصير؟ يعني هم فحروا وابصروا. طب ليش ما طموها يعني؟ حسبي الله ونعم الوكيل. شنهوز دير بالك توقع هون او انت بتوقع عادي تتبخر. اوقع انت مش مهم. بس عن جد اخوان شايفين طلعوا يعني مش حرام بالكي يعني حد مارق من هون مش منتبه مثلا
he's got balls of steel, you know,
يا الله
regardless
ونعم
of
الوكيل.
his beliefs and that. He's got balls of steel for his
مش عارف. شنهوز انتبه من الحفرة هاي وإن شاء الله إنك توقع في صوت إحجار هون.
Man, I don't know. I sort of waffled through that, but obviously you may not have got a chance to catch some of the videos where I talk about jinn and shadow people and stuff like that, but there's so much interesting ideas and theory stuff about that. To me, I don't know. If you know enough about it and you can read a lot of his writing, because it's all in Arabic, and if he states it's for entertainment purposes, then please let me know in the comments below. If he's like a Tim Morozov, because Tim Morozov does some really convincing stuff, but it's actually, he's faked it, you know. If it's genuine, then that's bloody interesting. I'll probably react to another next reaction. I'll probably find an even older video. Because there's one I have seen. Actually, I can't react to that because I've seen it. There's one I did see where it's like there's no cut in it at all, and he actually walks straight up to it. And as he does, it peeks its head, it looks back, as it were, you know, brings its head away from him, his view, and there's no cut whatsoever. And it's like, where the fuck did it go? And there are times in his videos where he's literally bricking it. You know what I mean? So, if it's fake, he's bloody good at acting. He's a bloody good actor. My logical, rational part of my brain is saying that's a mask. But yeah. But let's just pretend it's legit. What would you do in that situation? Would you brick your shit your pants? Would you run away? Or would you ask it philosophical questions? There's one that, I think, the other one I reacted to, the one I said that disappeared, that one genuinely kind of, oh no, that one didn't have subtitles. That was really annoying as well. That, because either that or the subtitles don't work full way for it. But anyway, I can't remember what the issue was with it, but it looked like he was asking them some deep, meaningful questions about the universe, life, and all that sort of shit. You know, would you do that? Would you ask it about stuff? Would you ask about it? You know, let me know in the comments below. Let me know if you think this is legit or not. You know what I mean? Or if you've seen this stuff and you know what I mean. But like I said, if you can understand, if you can read Arabic, let me, and you know, or if you know about his background because you live where he is, etc., or you're more in the know, as it were. If he's like a Middle Eastern Tim Morozov, then let me know. But yeah, I just saw the thumbnail and thought, So yeah, it wasn't jump scare, freaky deaky like his other stuff. Because some of his other stuff, he's like all kinds of weird shit happens. You know, things pop up behind him. You know what I mean? So yeah, but let me know what you think. And like I said, if you saw, if this is pretending for a moment, this is real, what would you ask it? You know what I mean? Anyway, yeah, I'll try and find some. I mean, there's some videos I haven't seen, but obviously I can tell by the locations, the vibes. You know what I mean? Or I've seen clips of them from compilation videos or things I've reacted to. You know, that did compilation because you know he gets mentioned like that. So I can get a sort of feeler. With this one, I saw the thumbnail and thought, and then translated it through the app, and it said, oh, you know. But yeah, it wasn't as, I don't know. This wasn't as probably his best one. Because to me, this one, But anyway, I thought I'd react to Hasan Bar Bar for a change, and I'm sorry I waffled along for it, but I wanted to get some ideas out there, etc. And, you know. But anyway, so thanks for, see, look, it's 53 minutes, and it's a 40-minute video, so I do apologise for waffling, but the thing is, like I said, my other videos, it gives you a better flavour of what sort of the way I think and all kinds of shit like that. Although to be fair, like I said, my brain's shot to pieces to a degree these days. It doesn't mean I'm wrong, it's just that it takes me a while to compile stuff and then go, there you go. You know what I mean? So, thanks for watching, hope you had a lovely weekend, and I shall see you in the next video. Yeah, I did Twins one. Go check that out because some of you have subscribed to my channel. Love Twins. Yeah, I love Twins. Don't get me wrong. I just have issues with the recent stuff because the titles seem a bit clickbait. Anyway, I'll let you get on. So yeah, thanks for watching this with me. Thanks for listening to me waffle and listen to my views, etc., and things like that. And yeah, like I said, let me know if you were in his shoes and this was legit, etc. What would you ask it? What would you say? Would you have just ran at it and got just to get close? Would you got closer? What, you know what I mean? I suppose it's, it depends, see, because like I said, I don't understand the translation of what you're saying. Some sentences I can make out like "peace be upon you." I think that's he's being respectful, but yeah. So with that, take care. But I hope you'd like to know. So with that, take care. Bye bye.